Hey everybody, got episode 13 of Tailgate Update coming up. First things first, though, I want to offer our condolences and just acknowledge the sad news that hit the nation last week as NFL legend and Illini legend Dick Butkus passed away at the age of 80, supposedly of a cardiac episode. Just a huge blow for the Chicago Bears community and the Fighting Illini community for sure. There's not really anybody that represents either organization better than Butkus did, and just a real bummer. Kind of came out of nowhere, as most cardiac episodes do, obviously. But I think that might have inspired the Bears as the Bears. Just again, want to offer the condolences. Definitely sucks to see a legend like go. And that's NFL wide, not just Chicago. But if you guys got any thoughts on that, but kind of want to start off in the somber news.
Yeah, it was surprising. I think we all kind of thought, well, he was very healthy for his age.
Very healthy.
Things considered, so it was surprising. But it really did feel like the Bears channeled that energy into like a really amazing win, and Justin Fields had some really moving words at the end in the interview, so that was really nice to see. And but his kind of his legend is living on, and he will not be forgotten.
Yeah, I was thinking game because I think the news came out like literally probably 2 hours before kickoff. I was kind of wondering, I remember like the Brian Urlacher era, the 2000s, early 2010s, like that. Those teams always seemed really connected to the legends of the Bears. But I was kind of curious to how the guys would receive it in today's team, because they're all so young. Like you just don't. Obviously, none of them got to watch Butkus play, and many of you interaction. Definitely the game that they really had actually kind of felt it. So it was pretty interesting to see. But yeah.
And if you want to read, I'm calling it the Butkus Bible because it's very, very long. I wrote it, and it's currently on the forkball.com, and you can learn everything from like his first steps with his mom and his dad to the very end, and everything in between in great detail. So if that's something of interest to you, go ahead and look on the forkball.com for
they recommend.
Yeah.
But let's open it up. All right, let's just freaking get the stats away. Let's crack the six back open and start off with more bad news.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson to the IR, Khalil Herbert to the IR, Devin Etienne to the IR. Freaking pick a player. They're probably on the IR right now.
Yeah.
Or they, AKA Van Jefferson. I'm sure you're happy about that, Ryan.
Well, he's not happy about it because we're not Ted Bundy, but he is okay with him not being on the gridiron.
Oh, I'm ecstatic that he's not there.
Yeah.
He's been the leading cause to at least two of Matthew Stafford's interceptions, because one, he doesn't run a route right, doesn't catch the ball correctly, doesn't want to play the ball in the air. He's been in the league for 3 years and can't figure out how to play the ball in the air, or he doesn't want to. What's that?
I feel like he's regressed. Like, I thought his rookie year he played really well with Wood Cup, and that the whole thing seemed to really gel. Now I don't know. He's like Chase Claypool now.
Yeah, he's Chase Claypool without the meltdown in the media after being traded. So, yeah, his rookie year he was pretty good. Second year he took a nice jump, and then year 3 he went into the year hurt, procrastinated getting a surgery done on his knee, got it done in training camp, missed the first 4 weeks of the season, and then proceeded to do nothing. I'm not sure if that was because he had John Wolford throwing in the ball or if that was just
maybe
he's not good. And then he comes into this year and Puka Nacua comes out of nowhere. Tutu Atwell is stepping up. And now Cup came back. Jefferson has
there's
no fit in this offense anymore. It's time to go.
Yeah.
He played his way out of LA. He had multiple opportunities when Cup was out for the first 4 weeks, and he did nothing with them. So,
yeah.
See you later. I hope somebody helped you pack.
It's good riddance to him. Good riddance to Chase Claypool. As a Bears fan, I mean that's a live and learn moment for the Bears. Giving up that pick for him. You'd think at 6'4", 230, runs like a 4.4 40, stupid athletic, but I mean, it took him multiple weeks to even get on the field with the Bears when they traded for him because he just seemingly, I don't know him, just seems like he's probably kind of lazy, and that's okay.
Bingo.
You grow up and you're the biggest, fastest, strongest dude on the field all the time. You tend to not work as hard as the others, or like develop the habits needed to really succeed. Once you start, everybody's now bigger. You know what I mean? So.
I got one smart kid in the AP classes, and then they go to the big fish of college, and they're really not that bright.
Now you're actually just kind of average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like Claypool's just like got wind between the ears and nothing of matter.
Kind of a bad attitude, and I knew as soon as I messaged Chicago media, I was like, he's gone. And lo and behold, he's active, healthy for 2 games. Stay home. So maybe he has better luck in Miami, but
doubtful.
Randy Gregory getting a new scene in San Francisco. Up to the bill. Now Frank Clark, Denver. I mean, the fire sale is going on in Denver. We call it what it is. Frank been released. That should have hit the NFL waiver wire officially today, I think.
Oh, Clark was released?
Yeah.
I knew they were trying to move him. I didn't know if they were going to release him or trade him.
Yeah. It sounds like he's probably going to sign with KC, which kind of makes sense because that's when he had his best.
They're the only ones that don't care about his off-field issues.
Yeah. Kind of like Marcell Ozuna with the Braves, but
pretty much, yeah. I mean, Frank Clark. I thought maybe. What's that?
Not calling Frank Clark Marcell Ozuna, but
no. Well, I mean, he does have the same type of issues. So
hands are up. Hey.
I mean, yeah, I thought maybe Frank Clark possibly could go to the Rams because they are looking for an edge rusher, but it's pretty clear that the Rams aren't going to make any outstanding moves, and Frank Clark's really done nothing other than produce in the playoffs. Yeah. If you look at his stats over his career, he's done pretty much nothing.
He had a phenomenal year with KC, and then that was about it.
Yeah. He balls out in the playoffs though. Like he's a vital piece of that defense when they come. They remind me of the Patriots defenses. They kind of look suspect during the year, and then they get to the playoffs, and they're like this monster, like the Monstars, like you Space Jam all over again. That's what they kind of remind me of.
Yeah, the Colts in 2006 had like a historically bad defense all year long, and then just flipped the switch, and Bears in the Super Bowl behind that defense.
Yeah, certainly wasn't the quarterback. Oh, T-Rex Grossman. Oh, he was booty, bro.
Colts. What is going on? Jonathan Taylor. Now we're paying. What the heck?
JT's in an abusive relationship, bro. Like he's getting gaslighted by.
He's in our true crime segment for that.
Like he's being gaslighted by this front office in Indy and by Irsay. Like he's just Irsay's like telling him like nobody's ever gonna love you like I do.
Yeah, go find a trade, buddy. See you later. And now we're gonna sign it. Like I Hey, good for him. Get your money, buddy. I can probably say I would not have played for the Colts this year, though, if I was him. But I don't have $46 million being waved in my face either. So,
well, not just that. If you take the year off, what's gonna happen next year?
Yeah, in a bad running back market.
Lev Bell, bro. Lev Bell. That's all that comes to mind is Lev Bell.
That's true.
Le'Veon was top 2 and he wasn't number 2 in the league during his time in Pittsburgh, and he took the year off because he was getting sick of getting tagged, which I don't blame him. He wants his bag, but
you just want the security, right? Like
he took the year off, but Pittsburgh was like, "We got to pay AB, we got to pay Ben.
Yeah.
We can't pay you, bud." Okay, well, trade me somewhere. Okay, I'll sit out. He sat out, comes back, and he's a walking pile of monkey poop.
And now he has his own OnlyFans, so we don't need that for Jonathan.
Oh, I didn't need to know that, Julie.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, gotta
get Lev Bell is trying to get money out. Instead of whoring his ways out on the football field, he's doing it on OnlyFans. Gotcha.
Finder.
Yes.
Gotta make that money somehow, I guess.
Okay, so like, did we want that for Jonathan Taylor? I think I would prefer to see him.
I don't know. How old is JT? Well, he's what 26, 25?
25, I think.
I mean, if he takes a year off now, he probably would have came back better than ever.
But I mean, the average running back career is 2.6 years, and I know that he's not an average running back, but
yeah,
the time is limited, so I would not say that for.
Has he had any major injuries? I don't believe so. Has he?
Well, he had that back injury.
Oh yeah, that back injury from carrying that Colts offense for 2 years.
Yeah, the mystery back injury. Yeah, that's about it. But
see,
still, I mean,
I don't know if he hasn't had a major injury. I think even if he comes back,
it's this volatile for his position. I just wouldn't believe.
Yeah, that also kind of leads you to think about Eckler. What's going to happen to him in LA?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to him? Herbert just got paid.
He can't stay healthy, so it's.
Well, that too. Yeah, he can't stay healthy. He's going to play for the first time this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fantasy team's been hurting because of him. Thanks a lot, Eckler. Get your ass on the field. Come on, let's go tape it up.
And Jonathan Taylor probably only has to see Irsay like once a year, so it's not like they got to have chats every week.
That's true. I mean,
it's not like he's Jerry Jones, so.
Oh God.
I like it. Principal's office. If you're going to talk to the owner, it's probably not. Just...
And John is probably I don't know. He's busy during the week. Okay, creating what kind of mental magic he has. That takes a lot of work.
Mental magic? Oh dear.
The kind way of putting it.
Yeah.
See what?
Not all magic is light. Okay.
JT wanted to get paid. That's why he wanted to sit out, right? He wanted to get paid, right? Or was it he wanted to be traded?
Maybe both.
I think it was both.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
It probably was getting more money, and then when he saw Irsay lose his mind, he was probably like, I'm good.
So
I don't know. The dude doesn't say anything forever, and he just like.
Which is for the best.
It is always for the best, but here's a blank running back check essentially. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets for a back. So.
Yeah.
But that also buys him some time, Irsay some time to leave a non-competitive team on the field. Because JT, he now can't ask for a trade because nobody's going to want to trade for that contract. Even if Indy eats half of it. That's still a pretty big contract.
It depends on what situation a team may be in financially and both in terms of competitiveness. But I could see somebody wanting it as long as he's still producing. I mean, it's not.
Well, let's see here. The Niners are out. The Niners are out on the JT sweepstakes. Even if they come back next year, they got CMC, and even though they have a bunch of money, it's probably likely going to O-line help or defensive backfield, maybe. I'm thinking the Rams may be in on it, even though they love Kyron Williams. They still have like $70 million in cap space next year. they might trade some picks in the 2025 draft, maybe for JT. Eat some of that salary too. Who knows?
You know where he'd be a good spot is I think Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
That offense, that is no, he would not be a good spot. I disagree. You know
Maybe
why?
not him, but I think it'd be a good spot.
Well,
not ain't it, man.
huh?
Najee Harris, that
Well, you see the offense he's running in? Bro, Najee Harris has nothing to run. He has no room.
He's slow, dude.
Well, not only that, his offensive scheme is a pile of garbage. Like it smells like hot trash.
Comes with a caveat that, like, I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that Matt Canada is getting fired after the year.
Did you see the look on his face after Pickett threw that game-winning touchdown? He checked out of the play call Canada had.
Can we get Canada and Vince Joseph somewhere?
My God.
They can, you know what? Yeah.
Vince Joseph, my bad.
Both go to an island together and just hang out.
Why? I don't understand why teams are so
maybe
patient.
High school?
Did you see
coach at high school level?
That shit don't even play in high school, Julie.
No, that's
middle school. The Tiny Tots.
Hey, you ever see the movie Home Team? It's got Kevin James in it. It's on Netflix. Huh?
Is that the Sean Payton movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you ever see it?
Did.
You saw it?
Yeah, of course I did.
You remember the offense that they were running in high school before Sean Payton got there?
Yeah.
That's the Matt Canada offense right there.
That's the Matt Canada special.
Clearly that does not play in high school.
No, you're right. I said the Tiny Tots, when they're 2 and 4 and they do flag football, okay?
Oh yeah, that's definitely because you don't have to get tackled. You can just take my flag.
Matt can join him and Vance Joseph as well. So I don't know.
Hey,
pay attention to the Kansas City Chiefs. Ever since he came back, they don't know what they're doing, and Patrick Mahomes looks human.
Listen, do you know who else can join them in the unemployment line?
Taylor Swift.
On unemployment island, Raheem Morris.
Oh,
bye.
Yeah.
I will help you pack, Raheem.
He might be coaching this weekend.
Coaching who?
He might be Sean McVay and his wife might be having their baby this weekend.
Oh.
I didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Way to be a good fan.
I don't pay attention to personal lives. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just know he lost his
personal lives is when they get bad enough to be in our true crime segment.
Yeah, that's
coordinators we want to slander before we move on, or
Raheem Morris is pretty much my last slander.
Oh, what about we can just reiterate the creepy Bears one. What is it? What's his name?
Alan Williams, sorry.
Yeah, Alan Williams. Yeah, we can just slander him a little bit.
That's your OC, right?
Nothing out of Bears camp.
That was the defensive coordinator. Yeah, we haven't heard anything yet. So, but the federal government moves slow. So.
Yeah, I know all about the government moving slow. Yeah. So, all right. So beer number 1 has been poured out for the homie Dick Buckus.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be a 7-pack today, I guess. When
pour one out for the homie. Okay. What's up next on the docket there, Caleb?
I know NFL football. College football. I want to know your guys' top. Who would be in your college football playoff?
I wouldn't have one. Yeah.
I'll let mine.
Yeah, Caleb, lay it on us. You're the aficionado of top 4 college football.
Number 1 is Michigan. Number 2, Georgia, going for their 3-peat. Number 3 for me would be Florida State. Number 4 is I have Washington right now, but it's whoever's going to win this Washington-Oregon matchup that's going on as we speak. So a lot of really good defense. Michigan and Georgia, amazing defenses. Michigan's got the better offense, I think, which is why I have them stuck ahead of Georgia. And Michigan has just beat the shit out of everybody they've played so far. Georgia has not.
Michigan
Florida,
just beat the shit out of Indiana too.
Pounded them. I think
52-7.
McCarthy played like the first half, I think, and their quarterback. Florida State's got an incredible offense. A low-key Heisman candidate, and Jordan Travis is their quarterback. Not a very good defense, unfortunately. And then number 4, Washington seems like the most put-together team, but we'll see. Pac-12, it sucks that the Pac-12 is like going away because their teams are just USC, Oregon State, Washington, US, even though I don't respect them at all. Colorado, I'll say. But
you're gonna put Colorado up there?
Nah, I mean, they just blew a freaking 29-0 lead last night and lost in overtime to freaking Stanford. But I mean, I think next year they'll be there. I mean, they're gonna have Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and hopefully more depth, like we were talking about earlier today.
Yeah.
But right now, they just ain't got enough horses in the stable. I don't think they got skill players, but nothing in the trenches, and that's been their issue.
Bro, Caleb, you were talking about Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box score for their game today against Indiana.
What's the final score?
So Indiana scored first with like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Michigan scored 52 straight points.
Okay, dude.
They won 52-7.
I'm telling you, just steamrolling teams. They haven't really played anybody good, but I mean, they're doing what they need to do against lower tier.
Yeah, their backup quarterback threw 5 passes for 22 yards, and he had a tutty in there.
Nice.
McCarthy only threw 17 times for 3 tutties.
Efficient, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, definitely.
They're just crazy this year.
And
between them, Ohio State and Penn State, which our old pal from our previous workplace, Philip Briggs, he's a huge Ohio State fan. They're just a soft team. I just think they're soft.
I absolutely love how you reference Gridiron Heroics as our old workplace.
Yeah, them who shall not be named.
our old workplace.
That was very eloquently spoken. We don't need to share our trauma with our.
Yeah, they'll be on our true crime segment for terrible bosses.
Yeah. Horrible Bosses 4 coming up.
There are 12th story of 12 true crime.
So we made some good friends out of that place, though.
We did.
Well, and we just lost one by knocking Philip Briggs and
yeah, you may have lost a friend on that one, Caleb.
We'll be good. Next up is we're sticking with the college team, NIL.
Ryan's the expert on NIL.
You wanted to take the reins on this one. You seemed like you had something to run with a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of had 2 things in my notes here. So one was NCAA President Charlie Baker was set to testify before Congress. He's testifying in regards to regulating how college athletes make money. And then I also have another one that says NCAA to discuss NIL changes, allowing more school involvement. And to further that, they actually propose some changes here. Let me just find it in my notes here real quick. Potential changes that would give schools the clearance to find deals for athletes, review contracts, help them with preparing taxes, and provide resources such as cameras or graphic designers for athletes to complete their end of a marketing deal. So what do you think about that?
I definitely agree with the schools setting up or NCAA, probably the NCAA's attempt to stay relevant as they become further and further pretty much not there's Yeah. I think it's important that these athletes understand what is going to happen with the tax ramifications.
Yeah.
I don't think that a lot of it is probably getting explained to them. And it's a lot of stuff that neither of us will have any experience on because we don't have people throwing, freaking Maseratis and shit at us or, stacks of cash or whatever they may be getting. I think it's important. And a lot of these guys are probably going to end up getting burned one way or another, unfortunately.
It'll be a learning process.
Which, I mean, it is what it is. Kind of opened up the floodgates with this. I think that there will probably be pullback in terms of the regulations a little bit. That might be a little bit needed as well. But definitely set these guys up for success and help them along with everything that's coming with all this. So I like it.
Yeah, I think it makes them more along the lines of advisors rather than just sitting back and being like, oh, this guy's got to deal with Subway now? Cool.
Yeah.
So like I told you guys earlier, I've been watching Ballers on Netflix, and this is quite the show, right? I'm like 3 seasons in, I think, and it pretty much highlights this. The Rock plays a guy that has he deals with money with players in the NFL, and he's even working with a college guy in one of the episodes. So this is great because a lot of these kids, like you said, Caleb, don't know. Like they don't know the end game of this.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Yeah. Schools need to be more. If it's going to happen in college, schools need to be involved more.
Yeah. Be an education system. But...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but now they're not just hosts. They're not just athletes. They're also like celebrities of a type. And so if they're their players, then they need to accommodate every part of their career.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There's a moral responsibility, I think. So.
Yeah, something college football doesn't know a whole lot about, but they can learn. Maybe the instructors can help them.
Bring in the freaking economics guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lawyer.
A graphic designer, they probably have like a graphic designing program and they could help them with the marketing. Like this could be good for students too, and other programs. Like
this could be very good. You just gotta try and maximize it and make sure that these guys aren't getting bent over the table by Uncle Sam at the end of it.
Great analogy, Caleb.
Yes.
Bent over the table, yeah.
Sam, you don't drop the soap around that guy.
Yeah. So apparently, it's worth mentioning that the proposed changes haven't been finalized yet. So it's kind of like a wait and see type of thing, and kind of floating ideas out there, I guess. And they're great ideas from where we're sitting. It's awesome, awesome idea.
Wow, what's right now for sure.
Yeah. So current NCAA rules actually prohibit anyone in an athletic department from representing athletes in marketing deals, directly or indirectly, but schools are allowed to provide their athletes with education and some tools for connecting with boosters and business who might want to sign them to an NIL deal.
Yeah.
So these new proposal changes, that's going to change the whole game right there. And it may, like we said, more hands-on for the school.
Yeah, and I like that the they directly in connection with who.
Yeah.
Signing.
Yeah, and it's
pretty messy quick.
Yeah, and it's great. Your point, bending over by Uncle Sam. They don't want their athletes to be, taken advantage of either by these businesses.
It won't help with recruiting either. They're like, oh, so this is how you treat them. Like, why would I want to sign on there if I get a deal?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I think it will help with the relation school and it all. All right.
So
moving on.
What's up next?
Our fourth beer. You guys okay? You guys feeling okay?
We're on beer 4 now?
Yeah, I think we're on beer 3.
I think we're on beer 3, Bob.
No.
Why are you trying to drink all the beers, man?
No.
Are you drinking a beer without us?
Slow down.
Got one was the NFL, two was our top four teams, three was NIL, four.
Oh, okay.
All
Okay.
right, all right, all right.
All right. Number 4, what we got?
Winnipeg making some moves, dude.
Yeah, well, more along the lines of strengthening that foundation.
Well, yeah.
Shifley's still in Winnipeg. So is Hellebuck.
Addition by not subtraction.
Addition by signing paper.
Yeah. Hey, you're staying with us.
Yeah, definitely. And they're team-friendly deals, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look into it.
So they're both 7-year deals, and they both average out to annual value of $8.5 million per year.
8 million a year?
Something like that. 8.5 a year. 8.5 a year. Yep. For 7 years.
That's not bad. I mean, you think about Dave signed like 10-year deals with they were 8 or 9 million a year, and that was 8-9 years ago. So with inflation and all that stuff and cap increase and all that, I think that's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great because they're two anchors on that team. So
keep your cornerstone pieces around, right? So
I mean, isn't Shifley the captain, one of the captains?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Hellebuck's he was a Vezina finalist a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, come on. So where do you think that puts him in the cup rankings? Because right now Carolina is the favorite going in, I guess, to win the cup.
I mean, Carolina, well, they got swept out of the building by what, a freaking 7 seed?
Florida was a 7 seed last year, right?
What?
Florida was a 7 seed, right?
For what?
Hockey.
It might have been the last one.
No.
Weren't you an 8 seed?
No, we were 7 seed.
7 seed, yeah. Florida was a 7 seed.
Yeah. So,
well,
I mean, the team's got a lot. Carolina's got a lot of star power.
Yeah.
But they put it all together.
I don't like Carolina. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. That's not from a feeling standpoint. That's just from a you're good in the regular season. They're a Boston type of thing for me. You look good in the regular season, but I don't trust you come playoff time.
Boston shocked me. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they didn't because I don't like Boston.
Yeah, Boston can kick rocks, in my opinion.
They lost to
great goaltending.
Huh?
They got great goaltending.
Who?
Boston.
For 1 year.
1 year. I'll be surprised if they don't one.
Sorry, it's my special guest today.
He's our fourth co-host.
Our fourth co-host.
Someone's got to keep Ryan in line.
I mean, honestly, he's kind of
shut your cake hole, Caleb.
He's kind of a wild card, so
yeah. I don't know who I like for the cup this year, really. I mean, Vegas has got to be up there. I mean, I hate Vegas, but like they got to be up there.
I cannot stand Vegas. I don't even like the Seattle Kraken that much, but I'd definitely take them over Vegas in terms of like who I would accept. Vegas just, oh my gosh, man.
If Seattle got some goaltending, I think they'd be a hell of a lot better team.
But the Oilers had some freaking defense. I mean,
Oilers need a goaltender now too.
Oh,
the Oilers have not had a good they haven't had a goaltender that's worth mentioning as like the backstop of their team in years.
And look, I can't remember the guy's name, but I mean he's going into his 3rd year this year, I think. He's been hung out to dry. I mean, goalies oftentimes are only as good as their defense lets them be.
Bro, they had Cam Talbot and they thought they were going to win the cup with them because they had Connor McJesus.
And
Draisaitl, Nurse. I mean, come on. They thought that high-powered offense was going to take everything over.
Well, now they know 2 years in a row. We need some freaking defenders now. You know, 8-year-old Duncan Keith isn't going to cut it.
No.
So,
but Duncan Keith's still in the league?
No,
I was gonna say.
not last. Last year was his first year out of the league.
Okay, so you retired the year before last.
He was playing hella minutes the year before. I mean, it's okay. He's old, man. It's like dude's got a ton of miles under the belt. So I mean, think of
Well,
how
yeah,
much that guy has played with the Blackhawks. I mean, for 8 years in a row, it seemed like they were at least in the conference final. So
they were never a first round exit. I'll tell you that.
that's a lot of freaking extra hockey.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Want to stay on the playoff run here. Let's move on to some baseball. Baseball.
Baseball. Dobles.
So we're gonna preview the ALCS and LCS, and we can pick our winners and losers and whatever. There's been a lot of talk though about the playoff format now is all of a sudden a problem. And so last year, 3 of the top 4 seeds moved on to the ALCS. The only one that was the Braves. This year, all 4 got dropped, including the Atlanta Braves. So obviously, the Braves fans are the loudest about this. Oh, we need to change the format. You can't give them 5 days off before they play playoff baseball when other teams are, playing right up to that game, and then you include the wild card and all that jazz. My thought is, just fucking win. You're not the only team that has this rule. Like, since the format has changed, for what, 4 years now? It's been like this.
2, I think.
2?
Yeah.
So
last year was the first year they did it.
I don't care. You freaking out there and win your freaking series. Like, you got home field advantage. You were an offensive juggernaut all year. You got an overrated pitcher that, is supposedly the Cy Young, even though he has an ERA of almost 5. Because he strikes a lot of guys out and he's got really thick quads. Like, that's basically why we like Spencer Strider.
He's got a nice mustache.
Oh. Yeah, he's got a nice mustache.
Spencer Strider can lick the back end of a fish.
And look, I liked the Braves because I liked a lot of their pieces up until when they played the Cubs with about a week remaining in the freaking season. We're in the middle of a playoff chase. It's the bottom of the 10th inning, and Acuna steals a base to get himself to 70 steals. And not only do we stop the damn game so he can pick up the base and do all that jazz, we have a freaking video montage of him stealing bags in the middle of the day. This is, absolute clown show. So ever since then, they lost me, and then the Braves fans just crying all freaking.
Yeah. Acuna's a clown anyways, so.
Got beat by a really good Philly team, a team that has been scalding hot since the All-Star break.
Not to mention they're defending National League champs, so.
Not to mention that. So,
didn't Philly knock out Atlanta last year too?
Yeah. Even 4 games again.
Atlanta's not built. They're not built to go deep anymore. 2021 was a fluke.
You need better pitching, and you need to not play the Phillies.
Yeah.
So, the Phillies are like you want to talk about a blue collar city. That team resembles what a blue collar city should be like. Those dudes just go out there and play ball. And then you got Castellanos and Harper. They got all the swag too. But
I'm so glad you brought up Castellanos is hitting .638 in the last 3 games with 4 bombs and I think 5 RBIs.
You know what freaking kills me, dude? You want to go down this rabbit hole with the Cubs real quick with me? Cubs had Schwarber on their team. Chose to just let him walk. Didn't even trade him. Just let him walk for nothing. And granted, he's a 200 hitter. But he can give you 45 bombs and
110 RBIs. Yeah.
Doesn't strike out a lot. He walks a lot. They had Castellanos on their team.
Yeah.
We signed freaking Descalso or whatever the frick his name is. Just a total waste.
Descalso? Daniel Descalso?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. 2 years. Not even just 1 year. We had him for 2 years. And we're going to talk about a useless player.
Yeah, I know. He came from the Cardinals, bro.
outs basically. Then Bryce Harper wanted to come to Chicago. Again, Tom Ricketts doesn't want to open up the checkbook. I mean, we could have had all three of these freaking guys, and nope.
Not to mention y'all let Rizzo walk.
Yeah, that one.
Traded Chris Bryant, which might have been the best trade out of all of them because look at that guy. He's not doing anything.
The Javi Baez trade might have been.
Okay, yeah, the Javi Baez trade.
Yeah. Crow Armstrong, who's like the number 8 prospect in baseball right now. And we got that for Baez. Well, I love Baez. I love all those guys. But what's Baez swinging at sliders that are in the freaking dirt, 3 feet outside the box.
Man, I could spike a circle change up in front of me and he'd still swing at it.
Yeah. I mean, Rizzo is the only guy that they traded away that realistically they probably should have kept around.
Yeah. He's the one guy that I probably would have forked out the dough to.
Yeah. I mean, and the guy was a staple. I mean, you want captain of the baseball team. You know what I mean?
I'm glad he's not in Chicago anymore. So
that makes one of us. But anyway, ALCS, NLCS, we got D-backs versus the Phillies and Astros versus the Rangers. What we got?
Julie, you want to take this one first, or you want me to go first?
Oh yeah, let me get on this one.
Julie loves baseball. It's her favorite.
Love it. Julie played semi-pro baseball. Actually, she's one of the first women ever to play semi-pro baseball.
That's why it's hard for me to talk about because it's from my history.
Yeah, she took a slider in like the kneecap, and she's just done. She has PTSD from it now.
True.
Yeah, an exploding slider from Randy Johnson.
It's amazing. I have a kneecap. It looks a lot like Nick Chubb's.
Ew. So
let's not.
All right. Let's not talk about Nick Chubb. Pour one out for him. Pour one out for our boy Nick. Speedy recovery. So I think ALCS probably gonna go with Houston because I don't trust Texas at all. I don't know. There's something about them. Their pitching just frightens me a little.
So pissed they beat Baltimore.
Yeah, I thought Baltimore would be. But speaking of Baltimore, AL East teams in the playoffs are 0-7 this year.
Who's who?
Well, the Jays and Rays got smoked in the first round.
Forgot about the freaking.
What do you think about the Rays and the Jays? She doesn't know. Oh, she did a yawn. That's your guys' sign.
That's a yawn for frauds.
Yeah, so the Rays and Jays went 0-2, so 0-4, and then Baltimore got swept in 3, 0-7.
That's right about Baltimore.
Baltimore's gonna be a good team. They'll come back.
Yeah.
So I got Houston out of the ALCS.
Okay.
I think their pitching might be a little bit better than the bats of Texas. I think I'm gonna go with Phillies. I think I got another rematch from last year.
Yeah.
Houston and Philly in the World Series, I think, and I think this time Philly beats them.
All right. I will raise you Phillies and Astros. I will go Phillies and Rangers, and I'm going Phillies.
Phillies still winning?
Yeah.
You still got how many?
The World Series?
No. All right. So I'll go 6 for the LCS and I'll go 5 for the NLCS. And then for the World Series, I go 7.
I'm gonna go 5 and 7. NLCS 5, LCS 7. I think that the Phillies dispatch the Rangers in 6.
Really?
Yeah.
See, if Houston and Philly go, I think it'll go 7 because
Diamondbacks, Rangers.
I think that Houston has better pitching than Texas.
Yeah, that's why I'm going.
Rangers is a lot better than Houston's. D-backs, I just think that their run's over, man. Great job getting there, but it kind of reminds me of the Cubs in 15, where they played out of their pants for most of the year, and they just need to kind of they need to load up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You could almost sell me on a sweep.
For Philly.
Yeah.
On Arizona.
Yeah. I think the D-backs will probably sneak a game, but it's going to be pretty resounding domination.
So I really do believe that Arizona got lucky in their matchup with the Dodgers. LA was depleted for the last half of the year. They had no pitching. Kershaw was their only ace.
No pitching at all. Which we all know what Kershaw does in October.
Yeah, Kershaw's kryptonite is like October, so
it's the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything like it.
Pitch is great and then falls off. However, though, that 2017 World Series, he pitched pretty decent, aside from like Game 3. Or was it Game 5? The one that was like the one went to like 13 innings. I think it was Game 5, right?
I think that was Game 5 because that was they went up, or Houston went up 3-2 at that point, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, their only World Series is that Mickey Mouse season in 2020, where they only played 60 regular season games.
What do you want to do? Still counts, bro. Still counts.
I'm just saying, like the Dodgers kind of just embody what Clayton Kershaw is, or maybe vice versa. I don't know, but
listen, it still counts. We still had the season. Everybody played by the same rules.
Sure, it counts. It counts. It's on paper.
There's nothing they can do about it, you know.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Everybody played by the same rules. You gotta count it all the same.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You can say all you want, Kill. I'm just saying.
All I'm doing is I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just hey, the only
all right. Okay. So if the Cubs have won the World Series in 2020, would you say, well, the only ring they won in the last 5 years is the one in Mickey Mouse Land?
I would say that because they 2016 and had been to 3 other NLCSs before that they were probably more legitimate than the Dodgers were in 2020. But my team didn't win in 2020, so
can we just
their own ballpark by Miami that year?
Can we just take a moment to say that the Dodgers should have won the 2017 World Series? I mean they
should have won the 2017 ALCS.
Quite possibly, yes.
So as much as I hate it, I mean, and that's the thing is like all 3 of those teams can kick rocks. I don't care. I find the Astros to be very annoying. LA get host.
I find the Astros fans to be very annoying. Oh, they hate us because they hate us. Keep hating America's team. Meanwhile, they're putting clown paint on their face.
Yeah, I don't like the fan base. I don't really like Altuve. I don't really like Bregman.
I hate Bregman so much. Oh my god, Bregman can kick rocks.
You know, Verlander's okay. Sounds like kind of a prima donna, but he's married to Kate Upton, so I mean, it's probably just comes with the nature.
Yeah, her window's closing pretty quick, so he might be miserable in life after like retirement.
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Julie? You like the Astros, or
you're really trying to grab something out of Julie on baseball, aren't you?
Yeah, I need it.
Julie, if we have to extract something out of you, like using Ghostbuster technology, we will. Look at Caleb. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, so there's this one time when this one guy threw this one ball.
And he killed a bird. I know, it's crazy.
This one time at band
camp? One time when he killed the other guy. I did write the article about the dead ball era and how it ended in the early 1900s because the ball, they used to use the same ball for the entire game unless it literally fell apart. And the ball would get so dark from the dirt and people spitting on it and everything that it actually hit somebody in the head who didn't see it coming because it blended in so much. And the person died from from head damage, from head trauma. And so that they changed the rule. So now you need to play with more than one ball so people can see it coming towards their heads.
Or maybe don't spit on the ball.
That too. That was also a rule. Yeah, no spitting, no scratching, no defacing the ball. They had some really creative ways.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's a fun fact about baseball, so you can leave me alone about the segment.
Did you ever hear about the guy that got struck by lightning and then came back to life and like finished the game while he's pitching? And then pitched another game? And
that
like
must have been like the 1930s because
I think it was the 1920s.
Yeah, because most people would pull over from the field after he got struck once, but in the 20s, they're like, you will go out there and you will stay out there until you're
like,
actually done.
He was on the mound, got struck by lightning. They brought him back or whatever, and like he finished the game. I think he threw a shutout. Came back the next time. I think he got struck by lightning. No, he didn't get struck by lightning again. He came back the next game he pitched and threw like 13 innings shutout baseball.
The big Sparky revamped his brain. He got some extra talents from a little shocky shock.
So performance enhancing.
Look, that's what they said back in the day about electric shock therapy when husbands would sign their wives up to go and get it without their consent.
Okay.
Yeah, see, a little shocky shock can do all the good in the world.
Yeah, performance enhancing lightning strikes caught him 80-game suspension in 1927.
Literally. Back then they probably could take whatever they wanted, but nowadays he would have gotten 6 games in the NFL, even though he'd probably get less games than the massage monster. But
oh, here we go. All right, Caleb, what's up next?
I
need to mix it in water.
Yeah, Ryan's been
getting
popping a little
drunk.
Too many
6-pack.
Yeah, I've had my own 6-pack.
That's all right. It's Saturday, baby.
Yeah, it is.
It's Saturday night.
Almost.
Saturday.
Ryan, you had a pretty innovative, I guess is probably the word, idea to finish off this 6-pack.
Probably the most flattering word for it.
I don't know if it's innovative. I kind of
do not like this segment. Let Ryan know.
It's all Ryan. Nobody else.
If you love it, though, this was a collective team effort.
And for our number one fan out there, Devin, I know it's you when you comment on our stuff, so don't even try it.
Devin, you're doing
too, because we want people to sound off below. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.
Okay, all PR is good PR.
Yeah, definitely. So it's not very innovative. I kind of pulled it from PTI. So
you're just being humble. It is cool. Let's go.
All right.
That's good idea.
So this is called Describe That Moment. So Julie, would you like to share our first clip, please?
I sure will, and it's gonna take me a minute because that is where I'm at. Okay.
All right, Caleb, you want to go first on this, bud?
Are we ready?
Oh shit.
I'm ready.
Okay.
The hell's going on here, Julie?
What?
Okay. No.
Okay.
None.
Oh, yeah. Wait. We do want to actually see. Yeah. Hold on.
Please stand by.
It's at this point where you hear the loud beeping noise.
Okay, are you ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks from a kiss. I've been praying on your intelligence. I be starting to think I got since I think I'm greater than money. Come get some boy. Double G's on that slit. Come full of like a Terminator.
Look.
I'm trying to beat me through. Ain't never scared. They ain't trying to get you.
What? So
here, let's catch that magic moment.
Double G's on that slit. Come full of like a Terminator. I'm trying to beat me through. Ain't never scared. They ain't trying to get you.
So for context here, USC was preparing for their Notre Dame game this week, and it's supposed to rain. So one of the coaches decided they were going to take water hose,
this guy here,
and spray his team like he's spraying a weed in his garden.
Which, if you've ever used one of those, that's like a myth.
Yeah.
Well, it threw off this guy at this point. Look at that. Look at that. He didn't know what to do. Flopped it.
Well, good thing he's not playing this week.
So, Caleb, will you please describe this moment?
One word, right?
You can use a word, you can use a phrase, you can use a sentence.
Even a hand segment.
I'm gonna say unserious. That is the most unserious shit.
Wow, what a banger word, Caleb.
Thank you. I had to, emphasize it. That what is that? That's not raindrops. That's
it's projected to be misty rain, bro.
Is he spraying it in their eyes or what?
I don't know. I think it's like a concentration thing with rain droplets. I don't know.
But the camera isn't there. He's spraying it directly into their faces.
And this guy is literally okay with this. This dude's just standing here, smiling at his returner.
He's having a great time
while he's being sprayed like he's at a water park.
Having fun. This is
and this coach is okay with it.
This and what a Mickey Mouse program. I
this right here, to me, I will describe this as undescribable. Just idiocy.
Takes the words out of your mouth.
I have never seen something like this before. And when I was watching Around the Horn, and I happened to see this clip, and I thought to myself, what in the actual hell were these coaches thinking? Now, I've heard of, going inside, turning on the AC, trying to prepare for a cold game, but spraying your players with water?
I think we need to catch one more.
I want nothing to do with it.
He's running. Look, he's running from the spray.
The coach has to run around and chase his returner just to spray him.
They're not getting paid for that.
Just to pretend like it's going to rain.
I'm not one to root for Notre Dame, but man, I cannot root for USC this week tonight. I just can't. That's a joke. Julie, what do you think about it? What's your word of the day?
Is my laughter not good enough? The laughter that elicits every single time in me when I watch it.
It might be enough.
I think it's enough. It's all I have. It's all I have. It's
Julie's using the laughing crying emoji as her reaction.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our first one.
Which laughing crying emojis would get you a technical foul in the NBA, by the way.
Really?
So maybe, I don't know. Okay, Julie, can you please play the next clip?
Yeah.
Please and thank you. Amen, madam.
Okay, there we go. And we end this thing. Okay.
So here we have the Miami Hurricanes up 3 with 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Georgia Tech, no timeouts left. What do you think the play is going to be here? A QB kneel down? Oh, hell no. Let's run the ball up the middle. Roll the clip, please.
Miami is doing. Here's Cheney. Is straight ahead. Tackled and the ball popped out. You got to read the clock. Read the card.
There's a fumble. Georgia Tech recovers.
Do you want more or?
You can skip ahead to the 3 minute 8 second mark, please.
Yep, I have that one as well. Okay.
The fingers to the top of the screen. Here's King from the pocket.
And rolls out, launches it wide open, and Georgia Tech wins. Caleb, sir, please describe this mental lapse by Miami Hurricanes head coach, please.
Can't believe you're gonna make me relive this.
Describe that moment, sir.
My one word to describe that moment is down.
Down?
Down. DOWN. He was down. No fumble. Miami got hosed.
Okay.
That's my response, Ryan. That's what you want out of me today? You want to hurt my feelings today, Ryan?
Wait, you're a Hurricanes fan?
It's one of my teams. Look.
Oh,
Illinois number 1, Texas number 2, Florida number 3, Miami number 4.
okay.
I don't think any of us knew that, but
jeez,
that's a lot of pain right there. And
he just gave me a little attitude, acting like I knew that.
yeah, really.
I thought we were boys. I thought you knew.
I thought we were gonna have a true crime segment after that.
Listen, all I know is you got a hard on for Illinois. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
your
figured the Texas thing because of the hat.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you did right. All right. I got a hard on for Illini. All right.
Okay.
What's your word, Ryan?
I'm gonna describe this as, what the hell are you doing? Kneel the ball, dummy.
There's that side of the argument too. Yeah.
What are you doing? There's no timeouts left. What are you doing? Third down and 10. 39 seconds left. You had the ball. They don't have any timeouts left. Kneel down. Kneel down.
This seems so simple, right?
Yeah. Worst case scenario, if you have to run a play, okay, and you don't want your punt to be blocked, call a pass play with your punter. He throws it out of bounds to end the game. There you go.
Well, why are we fighting for extra yards?
That too. It's just a whole. What also surprised me is Miami is ranked 17th in that clip right there. They're now ranked 25th.
Yeah.
So they dropped a couple spots. Why? Seriously, and then after the fact, you admit, oh, I should have kneeled. What were you thinking then? Did you not look at the scoreboard and say, huh, they don't have any timeouts left?
And here's the other thing too. If you're the defense, how are you letting a guy get behind you like that? Mike, at worst, what you want to do in that situation is concede a field goal.
Pretty much tie the game.
That's just, I mean, all around, just is the most Miami thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and what irritates me the most is guys were actually going towards the quarterback. The guys in the secondary were going towards the quarterback to try to tackle him, as if he was gonna book it down the sideline and score.
Oh yeah, he ain't running that ball.
No, there's at least 4 Hurricanes in that area. He's not going anywhere.
Can't even. Man.
Julie, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm going to use this opportunity to rant about something different. So I'm going to say it looks really Nathaniel Hackett to me because the audacity of that team to pretend that their little pathetic ass win with their little Zach, whatever his name is. Zach Wilson with his little I somehow am so much better and I really taught Sean Payton a lesson because they barely lost against us and somehow that's some revenge tour when he's still booty as a head coach and he's not even good at what he does now. So to have the nerve.
A fair point.
Yeah, like that's somehow his little revenge tour. Like, can we have the Jets be who they really are this week and get just smattered so that he can be reminded about his performance? Are we really going to pretend like he's not a piece of crap because they won some stupid little game when the Broncos are having some kind of breakdown?
Identity crisis?
some kind of an identity crisis. He's not even the head coach. If he was maybe the head coach of that game, his little trash team that he has going on, then maybe I would give a crap. And like, cool. I'm glad that all of the teammates were like rallying around him, and he had his little moment. And he was like, "Oh, all red." He was like, "Oh, he feels so vindicated or whatever." But like, if you were ever a head coach again, you would look like shit. And you know what else you would do? You would probably do a call like that. That is probably what you would do. Broncos have not forgotten who you are, so don't act like this one little game really changed the tides or showed us what you're made of. Okay, so that's how I feel about this.
Actually, yeah, don't be celebrating a win when you kicked 67 field goals to beat one of the worst teams that the league's ever seen, defensive wise. Sorry. Yeah. That's a good little. I could definitely see Nathaniel Hackett making that same decision.
Oh yeah.
I feel like he did.
Oh, how many times?
Well, yeah. I mean, essentially, yeah.
Sure. Russell Wilson is the 7th most sacked quarterback in the entire NFL, past and present, and they have the audacity to talk about his performances when he can't even stay off the turf for longer than 4 seconds at a time. And then Nathaniel Hackett wants to act like he's got his little Zach Wilson, who is probably looking at his mom right now. Like somehow he's like remade a name for himself. Like, look in the mirror and remember all of the things you actually did. Anybody can hide behind another head coach for a trash team that got lucky and pretend like that means something, but it doesn't. So anyway, that's my little to Hackett. And Peyton is also one of the better to ever do it as a New Orleans Saints coach. So to act like this is somehow a big stain on his reputation as a coach ever is also trash. So.
And Julie just made another short film for this podcast.
Yeah. So
I'm sure our producer will have some fun with that.
Yeah. All right.
Julie,
a little bit more ragey, but I need some more coffee or Pepsi actually to really get how I felt out. But that'll have to do it.
That'll have to do it, huh?
That'll have to do it.
All right. So.
Okay.
That's a new segment. Let us know what you think. I think it's pretty great, but you'll have to let us know.
I enjoyed that one. Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
So that'll be the wrap up of the tailgate update, and we will be joining you for True Crime, which we also have a design change. So make sure to catch that on Thursday.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have.
Forgot about the freaking.
What do you think about the Rays and the Jays? She doesn't know. Oh, she did a yawn. That's your guys' sign.